Hate is misplaced love, the same as envy and jealousy is misplaced admiration. Let's talk about that for a moment. So when you hate a person, when you hate a thing, when you hate a system, when you hate a situation, it's the same amount of emotion, it's the same amount of energy, it's the same amount of feeling that you're putting towards it as if you loved it. And we know that whatever you pay attention to, then you are actually paying that. You are actually giving that some of your life force, I guess. You are giving that, you are feeding that thing. The thing that you're paying attention to, you are feeding that. So you are feeding the thing that you so-called hate just as much as if you loved it. When you love a thing, you feel very strong about it. Your emotions are very strong. It's undeniable. It's love, which is the same as if you hate it, so-called hate it. When oftentimes, if you really think about it, if you're being honest with yourself, when you hate something, oftentimes it's the fact that you actually love it, but it's misunderstood or misplaced, because what it is that your expectations of it are, you're actually disappointed in it, because you have expectations that have failed. You have failed expectations on that person, on that place, on that system, on that thing, whatever it is. You have expectations that has been failed. So you're actually disappointed because you had love for it, but now you're disappointed. So now that love turns into hate, because we don't know how to call it disappointment. We don't know how to say that I'm hurt. We don't know how to say that I feel let down. I feel bamboozled. I feel, tricked. I feel, there's a host of other things that it really could be, or that it really is. But hate is the emotion of hate is just as strong as the emotion of love. So that's number one. Okay, number two, when you have something or someone, or a system, a situation, whatever the case may be, that most people won't say that they're envious. Most people won't say that they're jealous. Once again, they will probably call it, or confuse it with hate, or with just a strong, dislike. But it's actually envy. It's actually jealousy. And envy and jealousy comes from admiration. And once again, it's misunderstood and it's misplaced, because we don't know what to call it. It's such a strong emotion and it's such a strong feeling that we don't know how to label it properly. When you're jealous and envious of someone, something, a system of, usually it's someone. But when you're jealous and envious, then you will feel emotional over any little thing. It's like you will pick any and every little thing that they do to find something wrong with. You almost become obsessed over it, obsessed with it, because you're paying that much attention to it. But once again, you are paying that attention because those are strong emotions, those are strong feelings that you are feeling for. So you are feeding. You're feeding your envy and jealousy, but you're directing it towards that person or that situation. So you are actually feeding that. You are giving it life force. You are giving it energy. But you actually admire it. You admire it so much, but you're confused. You don't understand it. Maybe you kind of wish that you could kind of figure out, or you may wish that that you had whatever it is. You wish that you had the same attention because that person, 'cause like I said, that is usually with a person that you are envy or jealous of. But this person may get a certain amount of attention that you wish that you was was getting, but you don't want to say that. You can't fathom saying that or even admitting that to yourself. So you call it, you may call it strong dislike or even hate, but it's actually envious and jealous. And a lot of the times it's probably over a guy, and this is from um, children all the way up to adults. People don't seem to grow out of peer pressure. People don't seem to grow out of being envious. People don't seem to grow out of, wanting to be picked. People don't seem to grow out of these things no matter how old, no matter how young. It's still a part of people. Even if you are, you know, um, looking at something that that person has, you may want, you may like, so that's really what it is, that you like a lot of things about this person, but you don't want to admit it. You're too cool for school, so you don't want to admit that you actually admire and you actually like the person, or you like these qualities about that person. So the very thing that you admire, then you will hate on that very thing. Maybe you like the way this person dresses. Maybe you like the way this person talks. Maybe you like, things that this person does. Maybe you like, it could be a number of things, but you actually admire that thing about that person, but you can't figure it out. You don't understand why they think or act or or get the attention the way that they do. So now you dislike it. The very thing that you admire about them, now you dislike it. So if you're really being honest with yourself, even to yourself, even if you don't want to say it to other people, but if you're really being honest with yourself, because if you can't be honest with anyone else, at least be honest with yourself. When you're not honest with yourself, at that point you become delusional. And a delusional person can be a little dangerous, because now you're acting and you're reacting off of situations that are not even true, that are not even, happening, or, even cross people's minds. But now you're acting and you're reacting off of that, and you're doing things, you can make yourself look a little silly when you become delusional. So at least be honest with yourself, so that you are aware that you actually love this person. You have a strong like for this person. You actually admire these these same qualities that you may pick at, or that you may downgrade, that you may try to, you know, um, speak ill will upon. You actually admire those qualities. But I don't want to tell, the people I'm around, so I act as if I don't like it. I act as if, you know, I hate this person. So I guess the lesson behind that is to be honest with yourself. And a lot of these things would be while being honest with yourself. A lot of these things can be solved if, for one, if you maintain your level or develop, because sometimes it's not even developed yet. Develop and maintain your own personal level of self-love. Self-love will fix all of that. You won't have time to be envious. You won't have time to hate. You won't have time for jealousy. And that's probably what the person that you're hating on, that's probably what the person that you really admire, that's probably what they're practicing. Get yourself a feelings wheel so that you can name these feelings and these emotions that you're feeling. Because a lot of times we don't even have a name for the feelings that we're feeling, so we mislabel it and we misunderstand it. And that's when we come up with, the typical thing, which is hate. I can't stand. I hate. Words have power, so when you speak ill will over people, you're actually speaking that ill will over yourself. There's a whole message on there. That's why it's important that we become aware of what we're actually feeling, what our actual emotions are, so that we don't mislabel it and that we don't have to reap the repercussions of sending ill will out on people that don't even deserve it. Because once again, the very person that you're hating on is probably practicing self-love. And that's probably what you're so attracted to. You're attracted to the self-love that they are operating in, because they're going to have a certain glow to them. You're probably attracted to the God in them, because they're going to have a certain glow. So you admire that action. You don't hate it, you admire it. You actually hate the fact that you can't figure out how to tap into it. That's what you hate. So let's be mindful and let's learn how to properly label, properly understand our emotions and our feelings.